So you're in a group of like 4 or 5 people and you go across the road to the university hospital, which is like an insane hospital. It's like state of the art, crazy brand new hospital. And you get assigned to a registrar, which is in Australia language, that's a resident. And you'll go and find them wherever they might be, on whatever ward they might be on. And they will basically have kind of talk to a patient on their ward before you get there. And they'll say, hey, do you mind if you have some med students come in here and talk to you? And in my experience, what the regs have done is split us up into 2 groups. So they'll have like 2 pairs and they'll send one group to like one pair to one patient and one pair to another patient. And then they just say, yeah, like go do a history, go do a physical exam, like, you know, like obviously obtain consent and that kind of thing. But go and try to figure out what's going on with them. Like get a history, like find out what treatments they've had, find out what's wrong with them, and then come back to me and present it to the other pair. And it's insane how much that solidifies your learning. Like I can tell you, like we learned about nephrotic syndrome, a thing called nephrotic syndrome earlier in the year. And it's like, oh yeah, it's a thing, your kidneys stop working. You know, you just lose a bunch of protein. And then on my first patient on the ward was a guy with nephrotic syndrome. And he had like all the things that we learned about, like you typed out in your learning objective, like in OneNote that mean nothing. And then you meet a guy that has all those things. It was really cool. And like then the next week we saw somebody different. And I find that learning in that way, accelerates your learning by a huge margin. And I think it's good that Griffith kind of like puts the brakes on putting you in that situation in first year when you don't know anything and you're uncomfortable. I think it's better that they put you in that situation in second year. Then at least you have a year of knowledge to kind of work with. Like I know some schools are like putting you on the wards like week 1. I don't know if that would be the best thing. I don't know how much you would get from that, because none of those things would have any significance to you if you don't really know what they mean. Whereas if you're second year and you learn about this stuff, it makes a lot more sense.